Jeremiah.
Well,
No, let's take Jeremiah for example. Okay, let's take Jeremiah. Jeremiah has a really...
You know, the reason I keep rolling on the joints is because you like them.
Fine.
And I don't get them back.
Jeremiah 31.
And then they go out, and I think that's not sharing.
Jeremiah 31, okay, says here that God promises to be, the Jews are going to be the place for their new covenant and everything. We promise, I promise. You know, it's like 31 is where God describes what the new covenant is. Mm-hmm. It's where I will call, it says there that God will know you and you will know God, and you will never have to teach anyone how to behave because they will know God as well.
That's right.
He will reside in your heart.
That's right.
Etched in your heart.
Does anyway.
And written in your mind.
That's right.
Now, and it then says, all of these things are going to happen, but he left a caveat out. And he says, all of these things he guarantees are going to happen, except if, okay? Only if these decrees vanish from my sight, declares the Lord, will the descendants of Israel ever cease to be a nation before me. This is what the Lord said. Only if the heavens above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth below be searched out, will I reject all the descendants of Israel, because all their what they have done, declares the Lord. Now you know what? The heavens being measured, they just gave out a PhD
to some guy who said it's bigger than we thought.
For exactly that. Okay, on Yom Kippur, 4 days ago, they just gave...
Really?
Yes, okay?
Really?
The guy who, they just gave a PhD.
Did you know how big we knew it was? Well, now it's bigger.
Now, and all this...
you've been there, eh?
All this satellite telemetry that goes down, and they now see all these fields of pyramids that they never knew because they're buried under sand. They now can find oil reserves from satellites and beaming and HARP technology and all this stuff. Okay, so both conditions here have been met, so that Israel is no longer, only if these two things happen.
What was the other one? The something of the earth, yes.
Only if the heavens above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth below be searched out. And that's exactly what this new telemetry is doing from HARP Technologies, where they can beam microwaves under the earth and see physical structures that were there buried 500 feet, 1,000 feet. They can go a mile down there and know there's a reserve of oil right there, and that's a deposit of nickel inside that mountain. Yes, all of that's happened in the last 5 years.
Wow.
And these are the two conditions that says that the deal's off if these two things happen. Do you understand? So the
deal being that God will protect
the Jews are first and foremost and to be saved regardless, unless these two things happen. And in the last 5 years...
And now he's saying you're just like everybody else.
Correct.
And which is what most people have said all the time.
Correct, okay?
And it's just because you've lost your foreskin doesn't make you a better person.
The biggest requirement...
Or whatever it is.
We're all
equal and different.
I'm pointing out that... at the end of Jeremiah 31 is the promise of the new covenant, and God promises over and over again to Israel that they're going to, you're chosen, everything, I'll never abandon you, and then only if this requirement is met will I abandon you. And that's exactly what's happened in the last 5 years.
Well, then the Zionists need to be clearly informed.
They know Jeremiah. They know Jeremiah.
They're doing what they're doing anyway.
Because
they revel in doing
it's impossible for them to know, because the land before...
But where did these...
Jeremiah, this is quoting Jeremiah 31, and the biggest promise ever quoted. The reason why everybody likes Jeremiah as a prophet, he was one of the biggest prophets of doom. Okay, and bottom line is 31:31 of Jeremiah is the promise, and 31:40 is saying, here's this caveat: if these two things happen, the deal's off.
Jeremiah pumped the fire, puff, puff, puff. Stick a nail in his tail and hang the bugger up.
Well, Jeremiah was a major
That was
prophet.
what I knew as a little boy.
Okay, Jeremiah was a major prophet of doom.